Hello, welcome to Judging by the Cover, where we'll be judging Bloodborne by the cover. Bloodborne is a game apparently about a Victorian goth carpenter, and has gone for a central full body shot of the main character facing the wrong way. Not to be confused with its spiritual predecessor Dark Souls 2, which went for a central full body shot of the main character facing the wrong way, and also it's a bit foggy. Nor with Dark Souls 2's utterly corporeal predecessor Dark Souls 1, which had central full body shot of the main character facing the wrong way, and shrugging non-committedly to a ghost. I'm not sure what the intention was, but I have noticed that rapidly switching back and forth between them makes their relative arm positions create a sort of impromptu animation of the I feel like chicken tonight dance. In contrast to the slightly more decisive poses of his predecessors, Bloodborne's hero stands with arms hanging straight by his sides, perhaps to express his dejection, upon seeing that despite him having spent hours getting his hairdo to look like that of the boss from Dilbert, the artists still haven't had time to paint a nice backdrop for him to stand in front of. Little does he know that while he's been standing here, the artist did come by and painted the backdrop all over his arse. Alternatively, the positions of his arms might be because he's trying to hold a shaving kit designed for someone 19 feet tall, and the ornate bread bin strapped to his forearms probably aren't helping matters either. Indeed, the load he is carrying seems to be so heavy that the slightest attempt to lift it has caused the muscles of his upper arms to explode. His right-hand weapon is the blade from a giant bread knife attached to a bicycle handlebar, so hastily that they forgot to remove the brake lever, unless this is an intentional component of the weapon, required when our hero notices a pedestrian in the way of his melee attack and needs to pull the emergency stop. The object on the left, that looks like someone attacked a wooden banister with a coat hook making machine, is probably a gun, since on most versions of the box art it closely intersects with the certification graphic, as if to say, this game contains mature themes and violence, see? Note the single tiny nail visibly protruding from the gun's underside. One wonders as to its purpose, since every other metal component on the gun could be used to beat someone to death with by itself. Perhaps it's a trap for the unwary user, deliberately placed there by the creator out of spite. Oh, you want to hold me gun with both hands, do you? Hope you've had your fucking tetanus shots! That's about all I wanted to say about the front, except that the negative space between the character's legs looks a bit like a partially collapsed birthday cake. Let's move on to the back. The first screenshot they chose to represent the game depicts the protagonist attempting to engage combat with a giant flaming beef jerky dog, which is ignoring him in favour of someone out of shot to the left, holding up a flaming biscuit. But wait a minute, Bloodborne. I hope your game isn't just roomfuls of giant flaming dogs. Not to worry, potential buyer. As you'll see from our second screenshot, we also have lots of empty rooms where nothing happens, in which you're free to stand around, looking like a gormless prick. Phew, that's reassuring. Now for a sarcastic reading of the blurb. A lone traveller, a cursed town, a fragmented sentence. A deadly mystery that swallows everything it touches like an unsupervised child at a pick and mix. Face your fears as you enter the decaying city of Yharnam, a forsaken place ravaged by a terrible, all-consuming illness. Well, that deadly mystery didn't last long, did it? Turns out it was an illness all along. This plot's getting resolved pretty quick for my tastes. And I see we've graduated from consumes everything it touches to all-consuming. Well, I suppose it's hard to swallow something without touching it, unless you've got a really thick neck. But I think you need to get your story straight, Mr. Bloodborne. Maybe if there's something all-consuming making trouble around here, we should be taking a closer look at the bloke with a street coming out of his arse. Hello, welcome to Judging by the Cover.
Welcome to the cosplay closet.
Hey guys, welcome to Take My Money.
every Blizzard game ever, except it makes a giant waffle in the shape of a keyboard. Yeah, I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Go. Pretty sure that at any given moment that song is playing somewhere on this planet.
Taking those elements and putting them into a fashion.
A cursed town. A fragmented sentence. Attempting to engage combat with a giant flaming beef jerky dog.